The most impressive empires in history fall apart from within. Similarly, our own mistakes often lead to our downfalls. So, take care of yourself, as that's what you can control and how you lead a good life. Seneca said, "Anger is the wildest feeling," and he's correct. Even though it might seem cool in films, in real life, anger doesn't suit anyone well. In today's show, we'll discuss Stoic ways to manage your anger. We'll cover how to avoid acting in anger and regretting it later, not just suppressing your feelings because it's unhealthy, but rather dealing with them, redirecting them, and using them positively in your life. Let's dive in. I've never felt good about losing my temper, and I bet you haven't either. Anger doesn't make things better. The Stoics believe anger only makes things worse. He compares getting angry to retaliating against a mule's kick or a dog's bite. In his essay to Emperor Nero, he advises that a ruler needs to stay calm and think clearly, not give in to anger. Like in sports, a coach might show anger to motivate the team, but an NBA coach who can't control their anger only causes more problems. We might feel angry, but we don't let it control our actions, because acting on anger often leads to regret. That regretful feeling afterwards is a clear sign we shouldn't surrender to such impulses. People can be tough to deal with. Marcus Aurelius, who was the emperor of Rome, faced many challenging people himself. So, when you encounter someone rude or unpleasant, it's not a shock. It's just part of that percentage of people. Marcus Aurelius believed this mindset helps in understanding, dealing with, and not being surprised by such individuals. More importantly, it helps you not take their behavior personally. They aren't difficult on purpose, it's just who they are. So, we should just tolerate them, shake it off, and focus on our own tasks. How should you react to others' mistakes? Marcus Aurelius advises to let people deal with their own mistakes. This means whatever others say or do, and the mistakes they make, are their concerns, not ours. It's not that their mistakes are their problem, rather, it's that they're not your responsibility. What you can do is learn from your own mistakes and avoid making them in your life. Stoics concentrate on their own actions, thoughts, and what they can control. Remember the joke about not being able to sleep because someone is wrong on the internet? A Stoic wouldn't bother with that. They focus on themselves, leaving others' mistakes to them. As Marcus Aurelius says, we should be strict with ourselves and tolerant with others, because that's the part we can control. Marcus wasn't a fan of people, which is clear if you read his work, Meditations. He begins it by expressing his annoyance with others. His famous phrase, "The obstacle is the way," is actually about dealing with difficult people. He suggests that these human obstacles give us a chance to truly practice our beliefs. In the face of others' wrongdoing, we can choose to be just. Amidst excess, we can be moderate. And we can show bravery when others are fearful and benefit from it. To Stoics, people may be exasperating and present challenges, but they are also opportunities for growth. Dealing with others' issues can be a positive challenge, a chance to grow and improve. Instead of feeling bitter towards people, we can use these interactions to better ourselves. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we don't have to be affected by this. We don't have to let it disturb us. We always have the choice to remain neutral. He suggests that we can simply let it pass, like watching clouds drift by, similar to how Buddhists view thoughts. You don't have to absorb it, let it hurt you, or stir you up. There's no need to react. You can just let it go. I want you to understand that you don't need to let things bother you. You can simply release them. The Stoics believed the best revenge is not to mimic negative behaviors. Think about it. People might hurt you, but observing who they are and why they act the way they do It's clear they're not really winning. They are their own biggest problem. Being them must be difficult. So, Stoics advise letting go of revenge, because by not being like those people, you're already ahead. Marcus Aurelius said, "The finest revenge is not to be like them." While we worry about others hurting us, Marcus reminds us that we harm our own souls when we succumb to negative impulses, lose our temper, or stray from our values. We harm our own souls when we fail to be the person we can be, when we let our standards slip, get overtaken by harmful emotions or desires, or let ego take over. Yes, you need to guard against others and external factors, but remember, most of what happens outside is beyond our control. Empires typically collapse from the inside, and similarly, our own downfalls are often self-made. The bulk of the shame we feel is brought on by our choices. So, focus on protecting yourself. That's within your control. Avoid self-harm, as the Stoics advise. This is the path to a fulfilling life. It's quite simple. We may not have control over what happens to us, but we do control how we respond. The Stoics believe that when things go wrong or become complicated, it's always a chance to exercise the four virtues: courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom. It's not that the world lacks difficulties or frustrations, or that undesirable things don't happen. However, when they do occur, they provide us with opportunities to demonstrate courage, exercise self-discipline, act justly, learn, and gain wisdom. This is the essence of Stoicism. We don't have power over events, but we do have control over our responses to them. I hope you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing. More importantly, I encourage you to apply something you learned from this video in your everyday life. Share with me how it goes in the comments. Looking forward to hearing from you. See you in the next video.